Well, back to big changes in Fort Worth as Texas A&M just gave the first look at a new addition to its campus there. And Janelle Ford joins me with what it means for the city and students all across the area. This is a big deal, Janelle.
Yeah, it is, Kara. The ribbon has officially been cut, and now we have a much better picture of what Texas A&M says this campus is actually designed to do. They want to reshape the southeastern portion of downtown Fort Worth into its own version of Silicon Valley. Now, this morning, leaders officially opened its new campus, starting with the 8-story law and education building, before immediately breaking ground on the next phase of the project. What makes this building different isn't what's inside it, it's who's inside it. Students studying law, engineering, business, and healthcare will share the building with researchers, 6 Texas A&M system agencies, and private industry partners. Leaders say the goal is for students to make connections with future employers, while companies work directly with researchers to solve real-world problems.
It is a strategic investment in Fort Worth. It is a strategic investment in Tarrant County, a strategic investment here in the Metroplex and also in the state of Texas.
And again, they are already starting to build what's next, an 11-story research building that'll expand work in aerospace engineering, agriculture, medicine, biotechnology, and transportation. It is expected to open in 2029, and together with today's building, will anchor the new Switchyard Innovation District. So A&M says this isn't just an investment in higher education, it's an investment in North Texas's workforce. Once the campus is fully built out, it's expected to support more than 25,000 jobs and generate more than $3 billion in economic activity every year, Kara.
Big stuff. Thank you so very much, Janelle. We appreciate the update and the insight. Happening now, the Dallas City Council is meeting with a $1 billion safety bond on the agenda. We've got a live look at that meeting. At least we're going to try to give you a live look at that meeting. They're expected to discuss a proposal paying for new police training facilities, a new 911 operations center, and allowing the city to borrow $500 million for the police and fire pension system. An official vote on the proposal is next week, and if approved, it will go to voters in the November election. Okay, let's talk traffic. That's a segment you do, right?
Yeah, talk traffic to me. Let's go this
okay,
midday.
do it. We've got Erica Lopez here to talk about traffic. What's going on this midday?
Right now, we've got a broken down vehicle and a little bit of road work, so relatively minor problems. We'll get you started in Rockwall County right now. We are dealing with a stalled out vehicle blocking the right lane here. Emergency crews just showed up. This is 30 West and FM 35 if you're coming into the Royce City area. We actually had an issue through this area much earlier this morning during daybreak. So tow truck working to get things cleared out, but it is slowing down as folks are passing by in just one open lane. Here's what the map looks like across the rest of North Texas. Not looking terrible, but coming into Royce City, we do have delays. Again, only one lane open and moving. So slowing into Hunt County, if you need to travel this way soon, I'm going to recommend 66 as a workaround. That's going to be probably the slowest stretch that we are watching this midday. Otherwise, just a couple really minor road work spots that we're watching. 75 and Gallatin this morning on the southbound side, we are watching road work with that far right lane closure. And then 35 and Market Center, same thing. We've got a right lane closure again. Really not watching any major congestion with those two, which is good. As far as what we're seeing elsewhere as you plan out your drive through Tarrant County, no issues along I-20 and Bowman Springs, that southeastern portion as you make your way toward the Forest Hill area, and then Denton County commute is also quiet. 35E and 377, everything is moving nicely in both directions. So overall, if you need to head out here soon, we are looking pretty good on the roads. Kara?
I like it. Thank you. McKinney city leaders gave the green light for plans to a new mosque, but not until after a debate that went late into the night. Our Natalie Haddad has details.
This was one of the most contentious city council meetings the city of McKinney has seen in a long time. And while the vote focused on the site plans for a proposed new mosque, the public comment portion revealed deep division in the community. Yeah, more than 150 people signed up to speak during what city leaders called a procedural vote on whether the proposed mosque site plan met McKinney's development standards. The mosque would be built on a 5.5-acre plot of land along Virginia Parkway. Now, supporters and opponents packed the council chambers, with crowds spilling into overflow rooms and the hallways of City Hall. Some speakers claimed the mosque would pose a, quote, serious threat to McKinney and America. Former McKinney Mayor George Fuller was there. Biden. He served 8 years in office, which ended earlier this summer. He spoke in support of the project. He was met with boos and was called a traitor. Security even escorted Fuller out after his remarks as a safety precaution.
Every religion and every culture have its extremists and radicals, and they should be condemned wherever they exist. But that is not who we're talking about tonight. We're talking about families who have spent decades serving this community and raising their children here.
My issue with this mosque is not in it being a place of worship. It is that it may become a base where young men and women will be taught and trained to overthrow this great nation, a threat for which my forefathers fought with their own blood to build for the liberty of its citizens.
City council members said while the site plans for the proposed new mosque was approved, this conversation is, quote, not over. In the newsroom, I'm Natalie Haddad. I'll send it back to you.
Another North Texas data center is one step closer to reality. Last night, Westlake's Planning and Zoning Board approved the site near the Westlake-Keller city line. We have a map up there for you. Neighbors are concerned about noise coming from that facility, the environment, and their quality of life. Westlake leaders say the project will boost tax revenue with minimal water use and noise, but not everyone is convinced.
Please move it. Build it. Just don't build it next to our homes.
Earlier this week, Governor Greg Abbott ordered a pause on new data center approvals, seeking to connect to the state's electric grid, pending a regulatory review. A man is in custody after federal authorities say he was seen taking photos of security preparations ahead of President Trump's visit to Southern California. The suspect allegedly had firearms, ammunition, and what investigators describe as disturbing writings in notebooks at his LA home. ABC's Christian Cordero reports.
Today, investigators in Southern California are searching for a motive into why federal officials say this man, 38-year-old Janine John Tail, was seen surveilling security ahead of President Trump's visit while carrying loaded weapons and ammunition. The LA County Sheriff's Department says federal agents noticed Tail acting suspiciously in the days before Trump's fundraiser at Trump National Golf Club in Rancho Palos Verdes, allegedly taking photos and videos of the venue as security for the event was setting up. One expert notes the potential red flags.
He appeared to show that he was surveilling the site and taking an interest in the site that was beyond what they would consider as normal.
Officers detained Tail, saying they found a loaded pistol and ammunition in his truck. At home, authorities add they found an illegally modified AR-style rifle, body armor, radio signal devices, and multiple notebooks described as having concerning statements. Federal officials say Tail visited the golf course twice in the days before Trump's event. The second time, he allegedly told federal agents he worked for the State Department and was there for security detail. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
New at midday, the FAA is investigating an incident involving Marine One, the military helicopter carrying President Donald Trump and another aircraft. It took off from the White House lawn yesterday, but aircraft traffic at nearby Reagan National Airport continued for a couple of minutes. You can hear the audio of the incident here.
Marine One, you said your proceeding is brief?
National Tower, that's Marine One, proceeding as brief.
Marine One, Tower, altimeter is 3007. Okay, no 3 minutes, Roger, proceed as brief. Marine One, you got traffic rotating off runway 1, E170.
Marine One, visual traffic.
Now, there have been growing questions about the crowded airspace airport around the Reagan Airport, especially after last year's deadly collision between an Army Black Hawk helicopter and an American Airlines regional jet. A new policy after that incident requires commercial flights to stop near helicopters.